Hey y'all, it's CherokeeStarfish. Are you ready for some more Count Choco action here in Disciples' Sacred Lands? Whew, boy, I am. We've done just about everything there is to do on this map, I feel, except for the main bad guy himself, or perhaps the main good guy, considering we're playing the undead hordes. But that's not important right now. What matters is that the mountain clans are our enemies, and I think that it's time we took the fight to them.
Is growing inside me.
So let's see. Good over there. We don't really need those scrolls too badly. We have Ms. Darksoul still available to protect our flank, so let's just get right to it. There's a little bit of health left on this zombie that needs to regenerate, and they have a party coming down the pipe, so we're just going to let them come to us as we go ahead and dive right in. Oh boy. And let's see, Rod Sticker is on standby. I'm not even going to use spells for this one because that's just a Proud Dwarf and a Tenderfoot. Here we go. The time for passive reaction is over. It's time to kick some dwarf butt. Hey, the best possible outcome. Nice. This might level our ghost up so that we get a second specter as well. Let's hope. There's one down. I almost feel bad. But not anymore. Man, he was really unhappy about that.
Yes, where are you?
We're gonna go ahead and move her up alongside with her.
My prince.
And similarly, can she get all the way across? Oh, she can. So we might need that thief as well. Cool older sister is on the move. Now, of course, in the last couple of episodes, we have researched all of our first and second level spells. We have a good store of mana, even though it's only death mana. And we have plenty of gold if we need it, so there's no reason to sit around waiting. Oh no. Oh no. 15 water damage. Oh no. How will we ever survive?
Yes.
Okay. We're going to have her come down here to the higher level town. She can hang out in Count Choco's guard station while he moves along. Okay, so this is going to be a Kingsguard, an Axe Thrower, and 2 Dwarves. We should be okay. Count Choco, at least, will not need any healing. That Axe Thrower can't really do much to him. He's getting so powerful. Okay, this guy has so many more hit points. We're going to focus on his goons and have the specters try to paralyze him. Ooh, nice. We'd love to see it. Okay, we'll paralyze one of these random dwarves, because that is still one fewer hit that we take, which is always great. And there we go. Awesome. That should be the last damage we take. Haha. Ooh, oh no. Oh no, they missed. Dislike. Oh, he's going to wallop somebody then, because they're not going to take him out in 2 shots. Oh, big oof. 75 damage. You hate to see it. Well, that's okay. We can go back and heal. There's no rule against that. Let's take the big guy out. And now the little guy. Okay, well. Oh, we need to do that too. Our first goal is to take this town, which really doesn't have a whole lot in it, but it is a level 4 city, so they're going to have decent defense. But if we do that, then we don't have to come back this way in order to heal, which is great. Okay. She can't move all the way in, so let's have our thief scout for us a little bit. Okay, we can see that that is controlled by the mountain clans. We're going to send her up this way to possibly stick a rod right here by this life mana. And we almost could, honestly. I'm tempted. Because you can see here in their formation that dwarf is in the middle. He's gonna hit this zombie. But even if the zombie goes down, his experience points are maxed. We're not losing anything. Also, he's got 45 hit points. That dwarf might not kill him. You know, honestly, maybe that's the better idea. Oof. Oh no. Oh no, a summon. Is it a rock? Yes. Rocks fall, everyone dies. Ooh. Okay, spell on our thief. Now is the rock going to attack our thief as well as it going to attack Rod Sticker? Aha. It made the stupid choice because you see the thief isn't really that powerful. Neither is Rod Sticker. But she's a banshee. That means that just like a ghost, she can paralyze a single target. Oof. Now see, that's the hard part, is she's only got a 65% chance. There we go. Okay, one more go. Oof, 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 oof. Oh! Oh, yes! Oh, that is so clutch! If that rock had hit, then we would have been screwed. But instead... Okay. Well, look at that shit. That's a good way to start out. Okay, let's see. What do we got here? Ooh, a King's Guard, an upgraded dwarf, and a hill giant. Ooh, 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 ooh. Ooh. We can get to him, but the way he's positioned, we'll have to fight him before we can take the town anyway. And that King's Guard and that warrior absolutely will kill that zombie. So, since it is close to the end of the game anyway, we're not going to take most of this stuff with us because we just can't. So I think it's time, rather than going back, we're going to go ahead and go forward. And we have some debuffs that we can pile on. Let's make this a little bit easier for ourselves. Do we have anything else that we can do? Well, we can cast spells on them. That'll help a little bit. Okay, that's going to leave us with 700 mana. I don't want to spend everything that we have. That also didn't deal a whole lot of damage. I feel like dealing more is... Well, we'll do one more, because 60 points of damage, that's the equivalent of getting hit by a zombie, or a little bit better. So that amounts to basically a free hit on everybody. Okay. Save before we move in. And actually, since cool older sister is standing right here, let's poison their party. There we go. In fact, we'll do it twice. Why not?
Darkness will fall.
Now that looks like a much easier battle.
Fresh blood at last.
Alright, in we go. Now this warrior is probably going to go... Yeah, he's definitely going to go before these specters. Ugh. Okay, both of our zombies are going to go. They're each going to take a hit no matter what, probably. So I'm going to concentrate on this dude in the middle. Because if they both hit him, they'll take him out. And that way, each zombie will only get hit once. Ooh, nice. Not as nice, but acceptable. Okay, we'll go crosswise. There we go. That's what we like to see. Excellent. Now, because Count Choco missed this guy, we're going to have to go one more round, but we've got 2 specters, so there's no way he's not getting paralyzed. There we go. Now Count Choco chooses to live deliciously. Thanks. Okay. There's no reason not to put a rod here, I guess. If nothing else, that means that if they come through with a proud dwarf and try to take it back, they'll have to break the rod first.
My prince.
Okay. Man, I wish we had the haste spell. My kingdom for a haste spell. Haste is pretty great. The mountain clans get it because they're slow anyway, and the Empire also gets it. And it restores 50% of the target's move points, which is awesome. Especially in a game like this where there just isn't a lot of movement. It just goes down really quickly. Oof. Miss, 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 miss. Oh, did not miss. Okay, well, then let's run away. Oh no. No, leave us alone. Haha. Run away, miss again. Oh. Yes, screw you. Okay, we need to take the town first because the rock will disappear at the end of our turn anyway. If we can come back out and get it, that's fine because we need to go around and get this demon lair anyway. But if it disappears or if we don't have enough movement, that's fine. We can go this direction because we have another Kingsguard party here to take out as well.
The beast is growing inside me.
Should not be too bad. I am going to swap these 2 zombies. He's got 49 HP. He should be able to take 1 hit. I'm going to save it first and see if we can do this without any summons or potions. That would be ideal. But if we can't, that's fine.
Blood at last.
All right. You can already see the reduced damage from them being in the town and having that defense bonus. Let's take this middle guy out first. He's technically the dangerous one because he can hit our lower zombie, which he just did. Okay, paralyze you first, then paralyze you, and now it doesn't matter what the Tenderfoot does. Boom, 1 down. That is true. That's absolutely true. When things go good, they go great. When things go bad, they go terribly. It is a slippery slope in Disciples' Sacred Lands. Phew-wee. Well, that's okay. This is the guy that matters anyway, so as long as he's paralyzed, we don't care what the Tenderfoot's doing. Very much so. Very much. Because if good things happen, they always kind of come in waves, but if bad things happen, then... yeah. Very much playing on the precipice. That's a good way to put it. Cyric says, "You will never leave these mountains alive. No effort will be spared to destroy you." Well... the hilarious thing about that, my dwarven friend, is that we were never going to leave the mountains alive anyway. That's literally not possible. Okay, he's got 16 movement points left. Thank you. I hope that they're entertaining. Yeah, exactly. It's like, you know, generic Scotch-Genavian. See, that's what I was saying. It's like, you'll never leave these mountains alive. Undead just kind of look at each other, look back at dwarves questioningly. Okay, I'm gonna let that rock go because it doesn't matter. It's gonna disappear anyway. So, Rod Sticker will be fine. She can't get around him? Ooh, well, thank you for that. Hey. Oh man, I need to get some more emotes on here for y'all who are subbing because I appreciate it, and I have, like, nothing to give you except my shame. I gotta get on that. Hello, fellow streamer. Okay, we're gonna scout ahead some more with our thief. Okay, here we go. So here is the Mountain Clan's capital. This is where their heroes are mostly coming from. They can hire them in other towns just like we do. But right now, you can see they're like all occupied with low-level troops. They're waiting. They don't have anybody in the doorway, probably because they just sent someone. We've taken a lot of the resources. They aren't earning a lot of gold income, so it's going to be harder for them to hire heroes to send at us. And you can also see there's Vythar. Vythar is their version of Ashgan. That's their capital guardian.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. She's into it. I am going to upgrade this town to level 5 and max it out. And then... there we go. We'll get the regeneration from it, do what we can to save ourselves a little bit of money. Oh, they're going to waste a summon on our thief. Oh, that's hysterical. I mean, you do you, I guess. Sure. We'll play your game. Oh no! Stab. Oh no! Oh no, what do we do now? Oh no! Our completely expendable unit, who is built expressly to be expended. What will we do without her? The answer is probably Flourish. Okay, they've got a little bit of health left that needs to regenerate, so I'm going to go ahead and pay for that. It's fine. It's fine, don't worry about it. See? Look. There she is, see? It's fine. She's fine.
Who dares?
Okay, this rock, once again, is going to disappear at the end of the turn, so I'm just going to go visit the shop. And make fun of it on the way by. Okay, more potions. Gosh, I love that art style. Alright, let's see. I'm going to head this way. And... okay, they've got a crossbowman. He still shouldn't be able to kill Count Choco. But we have the mana. I'm gonna reduce their damage anyway. Because why not? And the accuracy debuff. Wow. Good job, Starfish. That was a huge waste because I thought he had enough movement to get there. I wasn't even paying attention, and because he had to come down through that forest, that sucked up like those 3 squares of forest probably took half of his movement points. That's alright. It's fine. Let's go in here and bring her warrior back. Exactly.
Yes.
Well, every vampire fears a wooden stake, right? So, you know, he's probably like really nervous moving through here. He's going slow. He's taking it kind of cautiously. This is hilarious because, see, now we're up against their capital, pushing the terrain back. But that's okay. We'll have Rod Sticker put a rod over here. Now this guy, I guess we'll go take care of him first. Stealing this gold mine means that it's going to be a lot harder for them to send enemy heroes after us, which is great. Same strategy as before. We're going to take out the middle guy first. Just thinking a couple more levels, that'll do it because Count Choco will be hitting so much harder. Oh no. Oh no. Yeah, I much prefer, you know, like a New York strip or something. Please don't serve me a wooden stake. Okay, now we only have 2 targets, and we have 2 people who can paralyze, so that's kind of it. This poor lore master is just like, this was a bad idea. Why did they send me out here? I was 3 days from retirement. It's like, my guy, that's why they sent you. They didn't want to have to pay your pension. Okay, we'll leave her there again until,
Yes.
I almost forgot. I was looking at our life mana piling up, and it was like, oh wait, that's right, she has a staff. But we'll let her get the benefit of regenerating again tonight. Now, you may remember from the first stream, as I described, that when it pushes the terrain underneath something at the beginning of your turn, that happens before your income is calculated. So, unfortunately, that does mean that when they push the snow back, they do get the gold for that turn, and then when we push it back again on our turn, we get it. So we've got to get Rod Sticker out here to claim this. We'll put a couple of rods out to make sure that it doesn't become an ongoing thing. Oh. Of course we have to do that. Right? The undead are here for the truth.
Darkness will fall.
They're gonna do an expose. They're gonna expose the mountain clans to probably a mountain of death magic. Huh. I feel like they're going to summon a rock and attack her. There we go. See, that rod will prevent them from stealing the gold mine on their turn. And when combined with the town here, you can see it's also pushing out just a little bit further now on that side. Once it pinches this off, because the terrain expands from like wherever it's at, if it doesn't have this over here, if it's all wasteland, then we have less competition.
Yes.
Who dares?
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and... There we go. 2, 3, and And this time they can get there, so... See, look at that. Those trees, man. Ugh.
Yes, I miss you.
Alright, we'll put her back into safety.
Darkness will fall.
Now, I will cast these spells and not waste 300 mana. Here we go. Oh, Lord. You stop that.
Fresh blood at last.
I hate that he had to move on to the water. That's going to be like all of his movement points. I mean, it would have been anyway because combat takes like half of them, but... Ooh, we boosted the crossbowman. Oh my. Oh my. Okay, this guy's leveled up a bit because you can see he's got 275 HP. We don't like that. Because that means he's going to deal like, yeah, see, like 73 damage. That's why he's dealing so much. Okay, Count Choco will be fine. We need to paralyze these dudes in the front. Yeah, he pops the top on that and it rains down on the entire army. Love it. We love to see it. It's like, I kind of want to taste it. Oh, come on. I mean, sure, why not? And we'll heal again. That takes care of the King's Guard. Just keep boosting that crossbowman, my guy. That is perfectly acceptable. Perfectly acceptable. That archer is slow. Initiative 40, for real. That bright blue shade is very tasty, though, but I feel like it's a Tide Pod situation. Like, I probably shouldn't. There we go. I'm dead. Okay, it's just a shame that we can't get any more experience, because that would be worth quite a bit. That's what it is, they just can't even keep still. They're so bubbly. 64 at 170. I'm very nervous about going in there with that level of HP, but it kind of doesn't matter because I can't move this turn anyway. So... we'll recover a smidge of HP, and then I'll do a safety here, and let's see what's inside. Oh, well then, some Legion's troops. So here are some cultists, their first level spellcaster, heretics of the Empire. They call upon infernal powers to conjure fire at all their enemies in battle. Of course, fire is the Legion's favored damage type. You can see they're basically just the fire version of our initiates. Same hit points, same damage, the source is just different. This guy in the middle, he's a little bit more serious. This fella is a demon. He is a second level support unit, more powerful than the devil. The demon comes from the third infernal plane. 270 HP, 80 damage per hit, and goes on initiative 35. Oof. So that means we kind of have to hope for a miss, because otherwise, since we can't debuff him, he's going to take that zombie out. But at least our zombie will get one good hit on him. Oh no! Oh no! Oh no! And now, paralyze that guy first, paralyze that guy second, and because our damage is 20, I'm hoping, see, like, we can't take that dude out. He would always have at least one hit point left. But he might be able to take this one out. Well, it's a devil, not the devil, you know, so... It's not capital D. That's Bethrazet. We know they're not stronger than him, so... Okay. I'll go ahead and paralyze one of you anyway, even though Count Choco's gonna kill you all. Oh! Oh, well that is lucky. Since he missed that guy, he's still paralyzed. My goodness. Quite a stroke of luck. Okay, now he's dead. And Count Choco's back at full health. I love it. I'm so glad that y'all picked a Nosferat. I'm so glad. 500 gold. Ooh, ooh, a Highfather potion. Okay. Okay, so I'm really glad that we found that. Let me save this to make sure we don't have to do that again. So the reason that that's awesome is because we have, like, these potions here, right? Increase damage for 1 day. Increase initiative for 1 day. Increase initiative for 1 day. Receive less damage for 1 day. This is permanent. That's right, there are permanent power-up potions in Disciples as well, and these attach a value marker to the unit on which they are used, which means that if we use it on one of these guys, it'll last for the rest of the map, right? But if we use it on a hero that we can import and take with us through multiple scenarios, the bonus comes to... Oh, Lord. This is karma, isn't it? It's alright. I deserve the terrible puns. So, yeah, he's got 115 HP. If we give him this Highfather potion... it kind of... It's fine. Don't worry about it. Don't pay any attention. There we go. So now he has 132 hit points. And that plus 15% is just like the bonuses from the barriers over here. That is programmed into the map. Like, that's part of the scenario. Nothing ever really drops randomly in Disciples because all of the maps are made in the editor or whatever, and I don't think that a random item drop is one of the things that you can set in the map. So yeah, no, that was planned. And if it hadn't been so long since I played this map, then that would have been a goal that I was going for from the beginning too, so... But anyway, so just like our banners give us plus 10% to our initiative and our accuracy, and those will scale so that if these increase, then this bonus in green will go up as well. Likewise, even though this doesn't register out here in green text, that bonus will still scale. So as his HP goes up from leveling, he will always have plus 15% on whatever his quote-unquote real hit points actually are. The only downside to those potions... Oh, and I should probably go ahead and... There we go. Res that zombie. The only downside to those potions is that you can only use one of them per attribute. And I see what you mean about the demon's horns going up his nose. They kind of... Like, they don't make it all the way in, but, like, they're pointing commandingly at his nostrils, aren't they? But so, anyway, what that means is that there's a different kind of potion. Like, there's a Quicksilver potion, which is for initiative, and then there's the Highfather's potion. There's the Iron Skin potion, which actually gives you armor, and so on. Each of those can only be used on any given unit or hero one time. After he's taken that Highfather potion, now if we find any more Highfather potions for the rest of the entire campaign, Count Choco will not be able to use them. It literally won't let you. Like, you can't even accidentally consume it. If you try to drop it on him, he'll just have like a red box around his portrait, and it will show that he's ineligible. So you can't let the potion go on his picture in order to try and give him the bonus. Alright, let's keep it moving. I'm glad we came over here, because if we had just gone ahead and beaten Umbolg at the end of the last episode, we would have missed that and left it behind. Exactly, exactly. You gotta know your limits, right? With recreational drugs and professional drugs. Okay. So here's what we're gonna do next. We haven't really gotten to do this, I don't think. We haven't gotten to break one of their rods. So I'm gonna try to get Rod Sticker down there. We're gonna do that, and we're gonna steal their mana. And that way, it will be harder for them to do this, or to summon rocks to annoy us, because, of course, that was almost a bit semi-beneficial earlier on, but see, now it's just a pain in the butt. Because everybody's at max level that needs to be. We're not taking Rod Sticker with us, so it's like, whatever, you know.
Stop talking to me.
I'm not talking to you, I'm talking to the chat. Okay, Rod Sticker. Oh, boo. Boo hiss. Oh, okay. Well, we got a free turn. Come on, do it. There we go. Come on. There's our girl. I believe in you. Oof. But, hey, there we go. Excellent. Man, a couple more of those and she's going to have a zombie protecting her. She might level up before the mission's over. Oh, you poor, sad little man. That was the silliest thing you could have done. Oh, boy. Oh, and they split their damage, too. Let's see, if this guy had hit that zombie, they might have been able to take them out. Ah, well. Okay, let's pile the damage onto this guy. He's gonna hit... Oh, ooh, hey. Cool. We got to go before him, I love it. Wasn't expecting that. That means we might get out of here with no damage. Now, come on. Skip him, he can't do anything. Oop, almost took him out. Almost. There we go. Alright. Pretty good. Okay, now. Rod Sticker. Go down there and unstick that rod, if you would.
Darkness feel fun.
It doesn't look like there's anything else over there. We know this is the edge of the map, so there's only one space. That's all mountains. Mountains, it looks like. If there is anything over there, they've got it. I'm going to let Rod Sticker explore. And we are going to head back here. We're going to heal. And then it's time to say goodbye to this scenario and head on to Chapter 2 of our campaign. Alright, I'll let them sit in there overnight. Don't do it. Oh, he's gonna do it. Boring. Boring, boring, boring. Same old, same old. Is that the only trick you have? Come on, please let us win this. If she'll paralyze every time and not miss, then we got this. And that would be so funny. It would be like Ms. Darksoul pulling it out there at the beginning. Come on, we can do this. Yes, big dwarven chickens. Oof. Oh, we were one hit away. Oh, we were one hit away. Oh, no. Oh, Oh, this might be the end of Rod Sticker. Yeah, I think so. Oh no! Oh no, she made it all the way to the very end of the scenario. And she almost leveled up even. She only got ganked because I stuck her neck out. One of the important skills in Disciples is you have to learn when to sacrifice a unit, like just kind of when to let them go. Because sometimes it's necessary. Heroes and units can be expensive both to purchase and to maintain. And then, likewise, to replace. So sometimes you have to treat things like thieves and rod-planting heroes as expendable. Whereas something like, say, a Lich Queen or a Nosferat or a Death Knight, for you, the player, depending on your strategy, of course, they just really might not be super expendable. You may have to load it and refight some of these battles and things. I'm going to put Shadow over him so that way they can't cast any spells on him while we are moving on towards the boss. But yeah, sometimes you just kind of have to take the hit, because Disciples is very much a game of attrition, and you have to decide like what it is that you can afford to replace and what it is that's absolutely required for you to move forward. Let's see. Okay. We're going to go ahead and put our damage debuff on. There are no IT guys who get enough sleep. Okay, damage debuff. Alright, so that's all the debuffing that we can do. Well, actually, you know what? Just in case, because we don't know that they don't have any armor, sometimes it is possible that campaign monsters that are placed manually down on the map in the editor, they can have their stats adjusted. So we'll get rid of their armor too. And then we've got 800 armor, or 800 mana left. Let's go ahead and let's just blow it all, because when we take this guy out, that's game. That's the end of it. Okay, so 1 plague. 2 plague. That takes care of the Tenderfoot. That almost takes care of the Axe Thrower. Now, normally, I wouldn't recommend doing this, right? Because you want to weaken units, but you don't want to take them all the way out, because dead units, of course, if you kill them with spells before you go into the battle, you don't get any experience for those. But Count Choco's group is already at maxed out XP, so in this instance, it's okay. We genuinely don't have anything better to spend our energy on. Okay. There we go. And you know what?
Feel my power.
Just because we've not gotten to do it yet, I'm going to use that staff, the Staff of Thunder, because we have some life mana that we've not gotten to use. Ms. Darksoul in with the parting shot. And again. Boom. How much have they got left? Let's see. Not a whole lot. Let's see if we can take those warriors out too. Incantare Hellhound, Beliar, Stone Rain. There we go. Another one of those. Nice. And we do have 1 buff that we've been saving. Holy Armor. Let's put that on Count Choco's group. There we go. That means they will take 20% less damage. Actually, I believe that he might be. I'm not 100% sure if it's ward or immunity, but yeah, once you upgrade the Hill Giant to the Stone Giant or Rock Giant, whichever they're called, or maybe Mountain Giant, I think that they get like ward or immunity to Earth. I believe. Yeah, yeah, if you have ward, because it counts as, like, immunity to the first instance of a spell in an encounter, that means the first attack in battles, but basically they can't be hurt with global spells. Okay, well, we've got the staff left over. We have these scrolls, but I think it's time for Count Choco to move in and clean up. Let's do it. Let's end this. Yes, I have played both of them. Disciples 2 I love even more than the first one. It's such a good game. Disciples 3 I wanted to like, and it has things about it that I do like, but overall I really didn't like how they changed it. They did away with a lot of stuff like this tactical combat that just, it wasn't a Disciples game. Yeah, exactly, very much so, because I played the original, like, Renaissance, and then I played Resurrection, where they added the Undead Hordes in and did a lot of patching, and it still just wasn't great. It tends to crash a lot, even on, like, powerful machines. Yeah, they put in, like, the hex-based combat grid, and it was unfortunate. It was kind of a letdown. Would have been better if they hadn't pretended it was a Disciples game. So yeah, this guy's got a name, but he is just a rock giant. There you go. Initiative 30, Source Earth. And no, he is not immune or has ward to Earth. I thought that he did. But he's not immune to this. Count Choco gets the killing blow. I know he does Earth damage for sure. They both do. I don't think he's got Earth ward. There we go, the mission has been successfully completed. Boom.
The Alkmaar's macabre customs could have been the reason for Mortis's deadly embrace. Or perhaps they were the only beings able to avenge her. They accomplished their task utterly and without pity.
There we go. Oh yeah, because the gargoyle comes with armor and definitely is immune to Earth. And that's a Legion's unit. Okay, so here we are. We have beaten the first scenario, y'all. Thanks for coming with me through this first map. Let's get ready to go to the second one. So here is the progress screen where we are going to select Count Choco. And there we go. We can only take 1 leader and 3 items to go to the next quest. So that means, unfortunately, this is goodbye to Ms. Darksoul. So everyone, F's in chat for Ms. Darksoul. She has been a great hero. She really came back. She really pulled it out back at the beginning when she trounced that lore master by herself with no army. Honestly, so she's not dead. We're just leaving her behind. She has to stay here in our capital to protect this valley because Count Choco's got other stuff to do. He's got to go on, so we're leaving her here to take care of that. And we are going to take the Banner of Speed, absolutely, because we do have Banner Bearer. We are also going to take the Banner of Battle. And y'all, we need to choose a 3rd item. What else are we going to take? What else are we going to take? We have these summon scrolls, but he's not a mage leader. We have the Staff of Thunder, which is also decent, but again, not a mage leader. Now, we do have some artifacts, and when he levels up to level 4, we could get artifact lore, and he could equip one of those, but if we do that, then he'll have to give up one of the banners too, so we'll have to make a decision when that happens, but we can take one with us and prepare. So we can take the Blade. This would increase his damage by 10%, right? We can take some of these potions because they're valuable resources. We can take a life potion because those are precious. One of these buffs, which could be a game changer. This tome, likewise, this is similar to the artifacts. This is great, right? No move penalties when adventuring in forests. We saw how much that eats away at your movement, but again, you can only hold 2 items in Disciples 1. They expanded that in the second game, but... So that means, like, he would have to give up a banner at some point to use it. Same thing with the runestone. Armor is great, but are we giving up our banners? So what do y'all think? Shall we take an artifact forward and get him artifact lore when he levels up again next time, perhaps? Shall we take one of our more powerful potions, like the Potion of Celerity or the Titan's Might potion? Or shall we take the Runestone, the Tome of Elven Lore, or the Rune Blade? We've got one vote for the Blade, which is fine because, of course, his damage is still kind of low. 10% is only going to make it like 22, but that's more than 20. Yeah, it's a pretty tough decision because, on the one hand, like, is he only going to use Banner Bearer forever? What if we find a really good artifact, you know? But on the other hand, you know, we could hire a mage leader and get some use out of one of these scrolls or the Staff of Thunder, and that could help us kind of, you know, get through a mission. And like I said, these potions of life and potions of healing, those, you saw what they cost if you buy them from a merchant. And the game is stingy with them. So, thankfully, at least Count Choco can heal himself, because I see where one of you mentioned, like, you know, you don't play the Nosferat a lot. And it's possible, somebody said back in the first or second stream, like, you can actually tank the early game with the Nosferat because they heal. They're actually almost more effective against large groups, in fact. But it can still be tricky. Okay, so we got Blade or Healing Potion. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Because between the two of them... Because the Rune Blade would only increase his damage by like 2 points. And he would have to give up a banner to use it. 2 points for him because he is hitting everybody does add up to a potential like 12 points, but it's still spread out, so that kind of becomes more healing for him, but doesn't make him a lot more effective against the enemy, versus these banners, of course, are buffing the entire party. So I think if I have to choose between them, I'm probably going to take a Potion of Restoration. No, unfortunately, we used our Holy Armor scroll, or I probably would have taken that. There were some scrolls of healing in a shop in that first map, but we didn't buy them because they never really became necessary. Because those are really good to take with you. If you can get a powerful scroll of a spell that's useful, like haste or healing, that your race doesn't have access to, and you can bring that forward, that is a really advantageous use of one of these slots. But since we don't, unfortunately, have a healing scroll or a holy armor or celerity or something, I think I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to take this healing potion because we need all the healing we can get. We could take one of these summon scrolls, but we've got our own summons. Okay, here we go. Yeah, overall they do. The Empire and the Mountain Clans probably have the best spread of spells because it just depends on your playstyle. But that's exactly the problems. The undead and the legions can't debuff like garrison units.
During the birth of the undead hordes, the magical scepter of the Alkmaar Priest King had been stolen. The scepter fell into the hands of a human sorcerer, and he had been calling upon its powers to summon creatures from beyond. The magic of the scepter would give the undead sufficient power to confront the mountain clans. The wicked goddess sent her minions to capture the tower in which the sorcerer was carrying out his evil deeds.
You know, they kind of do, actually. I never thought about that, but now that you've said it, like a lot. Okay, so here we are. We are in a brand new map. Terrain's a little bit different. You can see we're still facing the mountain clans because there's snow. Let's go ahead and save this. Alright, we are up against the Empire this time, not the clans. we've got to fight Godfrey of the Empire. So that means angels and healers. Oh no. And what's really worse, actually, I hate fighting the Empire as the undead hordes, and that is because they have an upgrade for their frontline warrior units that can make them immune to mind attacks. Hey, thanks for stopping by. Yes, enjoy, and we'll see you next time. So yeah, that means that our ghosts, if the Empire chooses to upgrade their fighters to witch hunters instead of knights, our ghosts can't paralyze them. And that could be pretty rough because we relied quite heavily on that strategy in the last map. So, big oof. We'll have to see. We may have to play this one a little bit differently. Yeah, that's true as well. The marksman, because he's a lot faster than those axe throwers that the mountain clans have, for sure. So, like, ooh. Alright, we'll have to look and see. So, here's Count Choco. He came with us, we've got our artifacts, and you'll see now, level 4 is available. It takes 1,200 points to get there, so like I wish we could have brought some of those with us from the previous map as well, but he can level up again. Now, we've got dwarves and crossbowmen, we've got dwarves, we've got dwarves and crossbowmen, dwarves and axe throwers. Okay. Shall we try something a little bit different with this group? I actually don't remember the maximum level for heroes, because usually you're not going to hit it by the end of the campaign. I think in Disciples 1, and those of you who have played the game as well can fact check me, but yeah, it's not that high. It's something like 10 or maybe 15 in the first game. They can go a bit higher in Disciples 2. Like, I think in the second one, max level might be 20. But, like, you never hit that in a campaign. By the time that you get to the end of it, you will not have a level 20 hero. And I think it's 20 or 30 in the second one, but in this one, it's 10 or 15. Yeah, exactly. Like, I like having a max level hero because their skills are really useful, like Banner Bearer and Artifact Lore and stuff are just great to have. But once your leadership gets up to 5, it kind of becomes more about your army and less about the champion, for real. So, speaking of armies, we do have 4 leadership, and we know that we are up against the Empire. So, how are we gonna do this, y'all? How are we going to play this a little bit differently? Let's see what our max level is this time. Oh, see, now we can have 3rd level units. We can have 3rd level units. That's great for all kinds of reasons, because now we have options. Before, this was the only thing that really mattered, is right, you could have zombies and they have a little more health. Or you can have Templars, which they're not immune to death, but they have wards against all 4 other elements. Now, we can upgrade our zombies a further level to Skeleton Warriors. These are the ones I confused with the crossbow skeletons earlier. See, damage 75, HP 220, or Templars can become Dark Lords, which have 170 HP and deal 75 damage. So again, we continue the pattern of they're not immune to death and they have slightly less health, but they are harder to hurt with elemental attacks. That means that, like, Empire Mages, for example, which deal air damage, the first attack, if it hits, just won't hurt a Dark Lord. Over here in our Mages, Initiates will become Warlocks, and then we can choose either to make them into Wraiths. And Wraiths, check this out, right? They have fairly low HP, because they're still a spellcaster. They deal 40 damage, death damage, to everyone. But they're immune to weapons. So this is a spellcaster that you can put in the front row. Yes, exactly. Or we can upgrade them to Necromancers. Necromancers have more health, and they have finally become immune to death. And they deal a little bit more damage. Archers, of course, ghosts and specters, they stay the same because that's the only tier upgrade you have in Disciples for them. Our Doom Drakes can upgrade to Death Dragons, which now deal 50 damage to everybody, and look at that massive HP. Or, this is not an upgrade. This is an extra building. You have to build the cavern first, and then you can build the Werewolves Den, which is expensive, but it allows you to hire werewolves here. Werewolves can level up, which means that their HP and damage will improve, right? They only deal 40 damage on an initiative 50, so they're not even as good as a zombie starting out. But unlike zombies and like wraiths, they're immune to weapons. So we put these guys in the front row, and they can only be hurt by magic, which is pretty sweet. So what do y'all think? How should we build our army this time? We relied very heavily on specters last time, and we did zombies. So do y'all want to try out the Templars and Dark Lords? Do you want to go for skeleton warriors? Do you want to go specter heavy and hope that the Empire doesn't pick witch hunters? Do you want to try wraiths or necromancers perhaps for a little more AoE damage? Or we could get a nice beefy Draco Lich in our party that's dealing death damage to everybody, and maybe even some werewolves. Okay. And yeah, it's about 10%, I believe. If they don't have an arbitrary upgrade that's determined by a unit evolution, then they're kind of like heroes where their damage and HP goes up by, I think, a flat 10% every time. So for werewolves, like, they level up once and their damage will become 44, HP would become 110, and so on. Okay, I hear werewolves. How about this? If we're gonna go with werewolves, do you want to try a wyvern this time for some area damage? Because they have massive HP. And we have to build their first upgrade in order to unlock werewolves anyway. Now, the downside to using a wyvern is because they are a large unit, they'll take up 2 slots, which we could otherwise devote to, like, we could have, 2 werewolves, and then, like, a specter, and... Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate that so much. I'm glad that you're having enough fun to stick around. But, yeah, so, like, we will lose a unit if we go with wyverns. But, oh yes, absolutely we are playing this game. And I'm glad that you're here to play along. You're just in time to help us decide what our army is going to look like, because the advantage to taking a 2-slot unit is that it's going to level up faster because XP is not going to be split the same number of ways. So, yeah, I've lost a lot of hours to this game. It's one of my favorites. Okay, here's what we're going to do then. Let's see. Let me put these guys over here. Let's buy a wyvern first. And there we go. See how that takes up all of his slots, right? Put this over here. Put him over here. And y'all wanted werewolves. Okay. So do you want to do 2 werewolves in the front? Or do you want to do... Yeah, exactly. Do you want to do something like 1 werewolf, and then we can either take a specter, or we can have a necromancer? Because, keep in mind, if we feel like it, we can always upgrade our warlocks to wraiths, and they're still going to deal AoE damage, but just like our werewolves, they're going to be immune to weapons. So yeah, let's do that, I think. Let's take 1 werewolf, because it's going to be expensive to get to werewolves anyway, because we first have to do this, which costs 300 gold. And then, see, now this is unlocked. That's going to take 750, so... They can level up, they just don't evolve. Alright, do we have enough mana to research a spell? We do not.
Who dares?
But that's okay because we have an army, so let's get out here and start earning some experience points.
Fresh blood at last.
I do love the ghosts. They're very good, and we relied on them a lot in the last map. which we just beat that scenario. But I'm worried because we are playing against the Empire, and they can pick witch hunters, which means that, you know, they might be immune to mind attacks. It is pretty strong, yeah. Please miss. Oh, oof, big oof. Oh no. I shouldn't have fought this group first, because the crossbowman is more powerful than the axe thrower. And I just saw 2 units and went for it, honestly. So yeah, that was he was gonna get that guy. That's all right. Ooh, see, 49. That's not bad. Of course, that would have been, you know, like half of what he needed to level up too. So yeah, we got a potion of healing for our troubles, though. All right, let's go back to the castle. I think that this is just average difficulty right now. And you know what? Actually, because we spent our money on the cavern, if we're gonna buy werewolves, we don't want to spend 300 on the temple right away. So let me redo that real quick. Here we go. Let's juggle this around again. There we go, and I'll fight a different group so that the initiate doesn't die, because that is missing out on a lot of experience, and then we can't resurrect him without using a life potion unless we blow 300 bucks, and then another 100 to raise him, so... I usually, if I'm playing single player, that's what I play, playing for myself, but it has been a while since I played this one, I will admit. I spend most of my time playing Disciples 2, so it has been a while since I played this one, and that means I didn't want it to be too hard on me, because it's already a pretty challenging game, which I like. I think it's the right kind of challenging. Alright, we'll take these guys out with no problem because they can only hit our wyvern, so... We're gonna have a lot of area damage on this party. And I can't wait to level Count Choco up some more because at level 4... he's not going to be able to do anything about, you know, the number of people in his army. But at level 5, he'll be able to take leadership again. And with leadership 5, we can fill every slot, which is going to be pretty great. Then we could have 2 werewolves up front or something like that. So I'm hoping that we'll be able to hit level 5. That's a lot of woods. I'm going to go in here and let our dragon heal overnight. Yeah, it's a really good game. Honestly, it's one that I come back to a lot, and it's one that I would recommend to anybody, especially because nowadays you can get it on Steam, you can get it on GOG, and it's not expensive in either place, which is really great. Okay. Oh, I forgot we can't heal without the temple either. We need that gold mine. Okay, I'm gonna give in. I'm gonna go ahead and buy the temple. Yeah, I love all of it. It's all great. I really have, like, no complaints about this game, honestly. It really does. And it has a lot of replayability, too, because of how different it is to play all 4 civs. So, a werewolf is going to cost us 1,000 to purchase, even after we buy the werewolf lair or den for 750 anyway. So it's going to be a few turns. So I'm just going to go ahead and buy the temple. And then we will just keep at it while we wait for our terrain to expand and claim that gold mine. Since we're playing against the Empire, and this isn't connected to anything, this snow is going to disappear over time. It's just kind of there to like for effect more than anything else at this point. It's not going to push back against our wasteland. I actually haven't heard the French version of the voiceovers, but I mean, even in English, they're very good, so... Oof. This might be a little beyond us. This is a fight where we would have to be careful anyway, because, of course, keeping in mind that even with a werewolf in the front row, there are units like the Hill Giant whose weapon source is earth. They would still be able to hurt a werewolf. And AoE attacks are great, but the downside of them is that they are always weaker than single target melee attacks. They're just never going to deal as much damage. Yeah, if I had a thief, we would, but we just don't have a thief yet. Yeah, this is going to be a load, but that's okay. Now we know what's in here, and we know that we should come back later and not come in here all at once, like early on. Count Choco might be able to almost finish these guys by himself if one of them would miss. Oh, hey, see, like that. But, yeah, see. But at least you got to hear the Nosferat's defeat voice line. I will be back. And he is. See? Look how quickly he was back. Okay, let's go up here and we'll take these guys out, maybe. See, he's got 135. We should be able to take them out, I think. When we're down a unit like this, it is a little bit harder. Because like I said, you know, that AoE damage is kind of spread out, and it's just not as much as a frontline unit would deal, so... Yeah, I mean, the voiceovers and everything are so great in English that I'm sure that probably in every language, the French and Russian versions and the German version and stuff are all pretty good too. They have to be, just because the game is so good in general. Okay. Do I want to chance that? Ooh, I know what I can do, actually. We were just talking about this strategy. Here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to force the dwarves to split up their damage because Count Choco can heal himself. There we go. Now both of them won't be able to attack the wyvern, which means we should be able to get through this. I have to check his experience back here in the back row. Initiative, CXP. Okay, so he needs 70. This won't level him up then, but we're going to have to purchase the building that will upgrade him to a warlock pretty soon. Once we get that gold mine on our land, it will be much less of an issue. Here we go. This should be it. Come on, initiate. There we go. Very nice. Okay, that's going to put him at 50, so one more battle like that will probably level him up, and therefore we're probably going to have to blow 200 on that. Okay. Hey, nice. But we got a good scroll out of it. Chant of Fortitude, as you can see by the ribbon color, that is a Mountain Clan spell. Enchanted units will receive 33% less damage from attacks. So the entire party gets 33% armor. That means that they only take 2/3 of what they would normally take from every attack. A very good spell. Of course, the Mountain Clans are the best when it comes to buffs, so that's unsurprising. We are playing a Mage Lord. So that way all of our spell research costs half as much, and we can cast those spells twice a day. Oh, speaking of which, since you brought it up, ta-da, check this out. Now that we are in the second map, We still don't have access to 4th and 5th level spells, but we do have access to our 3rd level spells, which include Summon Nightmare, Call Decay Dragon, which is 60 points of death damage, and you can see what I was talking about here, where 3rd level spells, it starts to cost multiple types of mana. So a Decay Dragon costs 150 Infernal and 150 Death mana for a total of 300 of 2 different types, versus where these just cost like 200 of our one type. Touch of Mortis. Enchanted units have 20% less chance to hit, so that is the Runestone upgrade of weakness. Terror, which reduces initiative, very good. And those are the only 4 spells, there isn't a 5th one. Okay, let's go in here and we will build the Dark Temple to make sure that our initiate can level up. Let's heal a little bit. It really is. I like what the Guildmaster and the Warrior Lord bring to the table, but the Mage Lord is my favorite. Especially because only Mage Lords can learn 5th level spells, and that's actually why we really chose it for this playthrough, is because I want to make sure that everybody who's watching gets to see everything that the Undead Hordes have to offer, and if we don't play a Mage Lord, we're never going to be able to research 5th level spells, so... Okay, let's go ahead. How much will this cost? 44 gold. Let's see what our options are. That's a crossbowman. This is just an axe thrower. So if we fight that guy, our initiate might level up. And I think we can do that because the axe thrower is probably going to target either the initiate or Count Choco. So let's fight him and see if we can get a warlock out of it. I do like the Warrior Lord because I feel like my favorite part of them is that you just don't have to go into towns and heal nearly as often. You save a lot of money on healing because while you're out adventuring, you recover so much more every turn. There we go. Oh, now come on. Count Choco, you can do better than that. You even have an accuracy buff. You won't get another hit, though. Hey. Excellent. And look at that, 20 XP. That was exactly what he needed, so there's no wasted experience points. Very nice. So now he's got 75 HP, which means he can survive that crossbowman. And he deals 30 damage. Excellent. You'll love to see it. Probably overall they are. I know that they're definitely the easiest to play, and I think part of that is because they have a very good balanced spread of units. They have a really solid archer, their mages are good, and most importantly, they have healers. And so, like, the clerics and priests, they are just game changers. Alright. This is the beginning of the map, so of course we're going to spend a lot of time kind of ducking back in here, but that crossbowman, his day is coming. Yeah, between having the healing spell and the haste spell, and then also having all of those armor spells which reduce the amount of damage you take and therefore you don't have to heal as much, things like holy armor and stuff, just oof. They are very good. Also, in my opinion, they also have the best rod planting hero, because the Archangel is just, you know, the fact that she levels up and heals more over time too. So you don't even have to buy a healer if you want to use her, or even better, you can have her be your single target heal, and then you can have the multi-target heal as a support unit, and then have like a front row full of angels, and then a wizard in the back. It's just, she's a really good hero if you put the effort in. Yeah, the cool factor I think is higher for the evil factions. Okay, I think that that's good enough. And either next turn or the turn after, we should get that gold mine. Alright, is there anywhere else I would rather go first? That's the same thing. And over here we have access to a town and we have some treasure. So yeah, I'm gonna go over here and we're gonna try and fight this guy.
Fresh blood at last.
Okay. 22 damage. Now the crossbowman deals 35 damage, so our warlock back there can take 2 hits. So assuming that nobody misses, we should be good. Oh man, he did 40. If he doesn't roll like that again anyway, we should be okay. Oh yes, good, a miss, excellent. Alright, there we go. Oh! Oh no! Well, at least I get to heal part of it. There we go. Okay, that was almost, like, as good as it could be. Now, of course, it's going to take him a while to level up again, so we have time to decide if we want him to become a Wraith or a Necromancer. It's going to take him a long time, but look at that. We're already over 100. That's pretty good. And we haven't even left our capital area yet. Our Wyvern will be next, but we already have that building built, so we don't have to worry about that. Yes, yeah, we're playing the Undead Saga. Okay, and what's in here? An axe thrower, a dwarf, and a tenderfoot. Okay, we can take that pretty easily. But we need to have full health because we don't want the axe thrower with the tenderfoot's damage boost to kill our brand new warlock. We can hear the Empire is up to stuff. Oh, Godfrey is up there under the fog of war doing something. Oh my god, could you move any slower terrain expansion? It's because it's pushing out in such a broad area. So then it probably will be next turn that we'll get the gold mine then. I think we're fine. I don't want to spend our money. I'm going to save it just in case, and I think we'll be okay. You should still be able to take a couple hits because the axe thrower does less than the crossbowman.
Fresh blood at last.
Ooh, I saw a defeated enemy over there already, so is the Empire that close? Dislike. Okay, good. He didn't boost the crossbowman or the axe thrower, so that means our warlock should be okay. Oh, he's not going to get a shot. Oh, no, okay, he's going to get one shot. Well, he's going to hit Count Choco anyway. Well, because chat has decided that we want our other unit to be a werewolf, so I am waiting to buy one, and that way, in the meantime, while we are saving up the money to purchase said werewolf, the experience will be divided between fewer units, and our Wyvern, our Nosferat, and our Warlock will all level up faster. Because the werewolf, once we get him, will level up, but he's not going to evolve, so it's less of an issue. Amahar says, "My lord, the sorcerer is not alone in these lands. The humans have an army north from here. Beware, they could strike any time." Yeah, no, they are very good on the defense because, of course, for little towns like this, it makes it hard for those trash parties that the AI buys to storm in here and take over one of your, like, frontier towns. But it also is very expensive to hire a bunch of werewolves, too, because they're 1,000 a pop, so... Ooh, an Empire hero, I see. And we don't have a spy, so we can't see what kind. Yeah, because where they're immune to weapons, one of them can hold the whole front line. And then it's more about, like, they have to shoot your ghosts if they want to get anything done. And your necromancer and so forth. Okay. And I see, yep. Good. Finally. Finally. We need to get that as soon as possible, too, which may mean we're going to have to spend money on a rod planter. Ugh. There's a barbarian. We don't have a ghost to paralyze him. Okay. Lensker Vidar. With a name like that, that probably is some kind of meaningful hero. So I am going to go ahead. I'm going to spend some money, and I'm going to heal Count Choco, and let's see what this guy's got. Literally nothing. It's just a ranger with no army. Okay. But of course he still has to go down fast because he does deal 45 damage a hit. Oof, no! Oh no. That one miss could cost us. Ah, crud. Oof. Oh, he missed twice in a row. You useless dragon. Yeah. This is some kind of campaign hero. Oh, don't like that. Oh, wow. Whoa. Whoa. Okay, so we definitely need to take him out, but... I'm going to redo that because that one miss cost us a whole unit. Which I dislike. And that is just a disciple's thing, and that's exactly what I'm talking about when I say that you kind of have to decide, like, how important is it to you to get certain results. And for me, if a unit still has experience points that it can earn, I dislike that unit dying and missing out on XP. Not just because it kind of unevens everything and they missed out on XP, but also because then it's going to cost me gold to go back and revive them. And if it was a really close battle, if this was a really powerful hero and it was a really tough fight, I would probably just take my lumps. But when it's like this, where we can easily trounce him and a single miss from one of our units cost us, you know, half of our army, that's when I'm going to load it and I'm going to fight the battle again. Hey, check that out. Now that's even better. Now when they miss, I don't mind. Alright, go first, Count Choco. Okay, there we go. Alright, well, so this time I didn't spend money on healing and we came out to the net good. There we go. That's much better. That's much better. Wowee. Okay, and I think, did I see the edge of a shop somewhere? No, not yet. Okay, I thought I did. So we can sell that stuff. And these sapphires and these rings, those are worth quite a bit of cash. Like this by itself is worth 200. This is worth 300. There's 200 more. There's 50. So that's going to pay for a lot of the stuff that we want to do anyway. Now, of course, we still have to find somebody to sell it to. Let's see. What shall we call this hero? Let's see. We'll call her Rodney. And because banshees do have a higher rate of survival than a lot of other rod planting units, specifically because they can paralyze, I am going to spend the extra money to buy her a bodyguard, just because that means that, you know, we might be able to save money on her overall. Okay. And this is going to take most of the rest of our cash. Reposition that. There we go. But that's an extra 50 death mana a day. and we can always use that, so it's worth it. Breaks the bank, but hey. And you can already see, like, this is a great chance to show how different your strategy has to become immediately when you start relying on different units, because y'all saw how powerful the ghosts were, and now I have to choose my encounters differently and fight them differently as well, because I can't paralyze anybody. Like this barbarian, for example, is a fairly powerful unit. Even though he's by himself, I'm reluctant to fight him, because if we had a ghost, we could just paralyze him over and over again, and he becomes a lot less of a threat. But because we have 3 people who deal area damage, that means 20, 20, 30. So the most damage we're going to deal in a turn is going to average around 70. That means that a unit like a barbarian, which has 200 and some hit points, is going to take a minimum of 3 turns to kill, probably. And if he's swinging for about 100 damage a pop every time, he's going to kill people like Count Choco in 1 turn and our Wyvern in 2. So we might actually not make it through that battle. So without a ghost, we have to really consider our strategy a lot differently. We've got 200 death mana now. We should probably research another spell. Yeah, I'm tempted to do that and just like load up on a ghost until we have werewolves available, because it's going to take a while. That will slow down the leveling process for these other 3 guys, but it gives us more options. Yeah, no, a ghost by themselves is only 50, so that's not a whole lot. It's more about like the experience drain that the ghost will create, but it still may be the wisest course. Speaking of wise courses, let's see. I'm going to go ahead and start with the expensive spells, I think. There we go. That way we'll research the cheaper ones faster, and since they're less powerful anyway, it's like, eh. Okay. I really am considering taking a ghost. Because, of course, you know, we can always put it away once we have access to werewolves. But. Let's see what our other options are first. 2 orcs. This guy's got an orc and 2 goblins. The goblins are nothing, and we'll take them out on the first go. Orcs hit pretty hard, though. He's only got 132 HP. Huh. They hit a lot harder in Disciples, too. And this one, what do they deal? Is it 50, 60? I can't remember. We could definitely take those guys. There's another ruin over there, which we need to scout. Okay, let's try the barbarian. Let's see what happens. Okay, so like I thought, 250 HP, deals 80 damage per hit. Yeah, see. Ooh. Yeah, may just have to. There we go. Okay, so let's see. His initiative's 40. So is everything going? Oh, well, because he's got 38, so they can actually go at the same time. See, he does 80 damage, so he's going to take Count Choco down in 2 hits. Which means, yeah, see, we can get through this fight, but... Let's see here. Okay. I think we can actually take this guy if we put Count Choco back into the back row. Because, see, they're worth quite a bit of XP, and then our Wyvern will take all of the damage, but when, he, like, at the end, He's going to be close to leveling up, so it won't matter anyway. Okay, let's try that.
Darkness will fall.
That way we don't have to pay to heal him anyway.
Fresh blood.
Okay, let's give it a shot with this new configuration and see what happens. Because that also means that, like, towards the end, he had, more hit points than I would have liked. But if Count Choco doesn't die, then our DPS should stay high enough that we can take him out before the Wyvern goes down on the third turn, because the Wyvern can take 2 hits before he goes down. So if nobody misses... Ooh, let's hope we get good RNG here. If our Wyvern goes first. Oof. Big oof. Ooh. I don't know if we're going to make it. Miss, 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 miss. Oh, darn. Well, that's okay, because sometimes loading it and trying different strategies is fun just for that as well. But I think, yeah, I'm just going to go ahead for now and take advantage of having that extra slot. And even though it will slow down our party growth, that's no big deal.
Fresh blood at last.
It's fine. There's plenty of experience. Okay. Now this time we should be okay. Come on, Ghost. There we go. So now we get a whole free round. Count Choco will heal a bit. And because, I think I said this in the last stream, but like, because these are not the huge scale battles of massive armies that you have in games like Heroes of Might and Magic or Age of Wonders, because they are these squad-based kind of, 2-row tile battles, it makes it easy to load it and try a battle over again if you feel like doing so. There we go. Okay, he's still leveled up. Very good. So now his damage is 35 and he's got 300 hit points. That's going to make a big difference. Okay, we're going to send her over this way to plant a rod and start claiming some wasteland over here. It might not amount to much, but if there's a gold mine or something over here, then we'll get control of it. And we will get it sooner rather than later. Because eventually we'll go over there anyway. But this way we'll already have some terrain. First, though,
Who dares?
I think we might have to spend some more money again. Because if we're going to have a ghost in the party, they're going to level up pretty quickly. So I think we're going to have to buy the sepulcher. So there, that's taken care of, and that's all we have to do for the ghost. This is going to take a while because, see, he needs more to level up into a death dragon than Count Choco needs to reach level 4. So it's going to be quite some time before we have to buy this. We've got plenty of time to focus on getting a werewolf. Similarly, the warlock, he's going to level up sooner, but we've got time, and these buildings are cheaper as well.
Who dares?
Okay, let's go ahead and get you on dry land. There's a merchant. What do you have for sale? Some potions? Ooh, and a staff of traveling. Hey. Okay, so this is what I was talking about. Recovers 50% of their move points. That is super useful. That is worth buying a Lich Queen just so that we can use that staff. But we have to have life mana before we can cast it, so I'm going to leave it there until we find some life mana. Meantime, Rodney here will scout a little bit.
Darkness will fall.
I'm taking my time and not researching a spell every single turn, just so that way we still have a little bit of mana left in the bank after we do. Yeah, it's a lot later over there, so thank you for joining us, though. I'm glad that you found us, and be sure to come back next Thursday at this time, and I will be streaming more of this game until we get to the end of the campaign. Okay. Where should we go next? We've got orcs and goblins. I feel like maybe this crossbowman, perhaps. And if that's the case, I'm going to pop in here to regenerate. Sure, I will look forward to seeing you back. Barbarian and an archer. Don't want that. No. There we go. Using her to scout a little bit. More dwarves. Okay. Yeah, we got this. We got this. Godfrey is busy killing monsters on his own. Okay, let's go ahead and we will research another spell. I think... Oh, I loaded it and had already researched that, so that's why we had so much mana.
Who dares?
Okay, he's at 126, so we're good for a bit. I didn't think I could have saved some money by coming back here and picking up that ghost, but that's alright. Okay, now that crossbowman might try to shoot our ghost. There's crossbowmen everywhere. So the problem is the ghost can paralyze the crossbowman. But the crossbowman's going to go first and might kill the ghost in one shot. Let's hope not. Okay, he does 35 damage. We should be safe. Oh, he shot the warlock anyway. Well, that almost seems a little bit silly, because the warlock is absolutely going to deal damage, but the ghost is going to be the one who kind of wins this battle for us. Or at least prevents us from losing anything. Oh my gosh. Even with the accuracy boost, still it's like 72%. Sometimes it really does feel like that's your chance to miss rather than your chance to hit. Okay, and what's over here? Ooh, another shop. Okay, good. Well, that means that even if we don't want to buy what they are selling, we have a place to go over and we can sell all of our junk. Okay, I am going to come right here. Planted kind of this intersection. There's this little narrow spot, and that way it can spread in both directions. The snow won't fight back, and neither will this neutral terrain. Once we get this town, it'll join up with the rod, and it'll spread even faster, so that's a good spot for it. We'll see if we get anything good from that, because Count Choco won't be back over this way for a little while.
Darkness will fall.
Right. Okay, good, and this is a dead end as well, so 100 gold, 100 gold, 300 gold, 50 gold, 200 gold. That's 1150. Excellent. So that is going to bring us up to enough to purchase the Werewolves Den. There we go. Now, of course, again, remember, a werewolf costs 1,000, so it's still going to be a couple of turns. But we've got 400 in the bank. Oh, actually, while I'm in here, go ahead and do that too.
Who dares?
Now, let's head back over here and we will regenerate again. Then we'll see where we wind up next turn. Whew. Because we're making pretty good money now that we have that gold mine. So let's see, we need 600. We are making, what is it, 150? Yeah, so that's going to be 4 turns. I'm going to save this ruin and this one as well for when we do get the werewolf, and that way we will have, like, big XP to level him up. And in the meantime, let's go take out that crossbowman up there because he's small fry. Get this fella out of the way. Okay, good. This will split up their damage, too, with Count Choco being out on the front lines. He's not afraid to get in the thick of it. Okay, now, Ghost, you have to paralyze him. You have to. There we go. Now, Count Choco is going to go first, but I didn't want to take the chance that if he missed, because, of course, that accuracy is rolled separately for all of them, that the crossbowman didn't die and then shot our warlock. So, okay, there we go. Well, that'll help with the experience spread a little bit, and it gives us a bonus because they just got a massive accuracy increase in addition to some hit points. 183. Not doing too bad. Let's go see what that dwarf over there has got for us. I see a treasure chest. Man, Godfrey is busy. Listen at that. He must have multiple heroes running around. I usually tend to concentrate on one hero, at least until I open up a certain portion of the map, just because there's not a lot of need for multiple heroes when you're dealing with a small area like this, especially since we're using a scouting leader. He's got a lot of movement points, so he or a Death Knight, you know, they don't really need a sidekick to help them out, the way that a Lich Queen kind of does, because she just simply cannot move the way that they can, and therefore, if somebody were to come up way on the south side, she might need backup to take them down. I love his little angry noise. Whack! Leave that dragon alone. What's he done to you? 35 damage, I guess. Okay. Not a lot of XP, but that's fine. That just means it's okay that we didn't save it for the werewolf. And we got a life potion out of it, which is A-okay. Alright. I'm going to duck in and regenerate for a turn. And then we only need one more turn before we can purchase a werewolf. Once we have our werewolf, we will be able to go into like some of these ruins and start farming for XP, basically. I guess we can scout a little bit more. I don't want to send her too far out because I don't want to lose her to some roaming Empire units, but oh, hey, Infernal Mana. Might be worth sticking another rod over there because this one's going to take a long time to get over there, but we can just go right up and do that with that one. But if we do, it'll take a couple of turns because we have to buy a werewolf this turn, right? We gotta. Okay, she can get up there in the blue. Good, good, good. Okay, this seems to be a fairly safe spot. We can put a rod right there.
Who dares?
Well, and I mean, that's fair. So, Here it's decision time. I'm gonna go ahead. We're buying a werewolf because we know that that's happening, right? So, how do y'all want to play this? Do you want to keep our dragon, our Doomdrake, and we will exchange our Spectre for a werewolf and put Count Choco back in the back row where he really belongs? Or do you want to trade the Doomdrake out for 2 werewolves and keep our Spectre? Both are viable strategies because right now we have an enormous amount of AoE damage, and that's only going to continue going up. Plus, the Doomdrake, even though he's not immune to weapons, can soak up a lot of damage. On the other hand, you got to see last map, and also in this one, how much of a game changer the Spectre can be with that paralysis. And yes, the Empire does have their Witch Hunters and their Inquisitors that are immune to mind, but that's all they have that's immune to mind. And things like Wizards, Marksmen, and Angels and stuff like that, like, they still can be paralyzed. Healers can be paralyzed, so the Spectre's not useless. It's just up to you and whether you'd like to see something a little bit different. Okay, well, Dragon and Doggo it is then. There we go. That's our front line. That's our front line. So there we are. We have our party for this map, at least until we level up again, and then we'll see what we're going to do. Maybe we'll add a second werewolf. Maybe we'll get bold. Maybe we'll get spicy and put Count Choco up front and take a Spectre. Who knows? But we will find out when we come back for more Disciples Sacred Lands next Thursday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, which is New York and Miami time here in the U.S. I hope that you'll join me then, and I hope that you'll join me on Saturday for more Betrayal in Antara as well. And don't forget, this coming Monday, the conclusion of Final Fantasy VII with Specific Pixel as we do the boss rush and we go after Emerald Weapon, Ruby Weapon, and the end of the game. So look forward to that. I hope that I will see you in all 3 streams, and as always, thanks for playing.